Hey everyone, welcome back, and today we're at Gordon Country. So we've come out today to do our first off-road experience with the new BFG KO3s. So to give you your first impressions and see what we actually think of them. But first, while I go and check in, I'm going to send you back 2 days and you can hear from Brad about all the cool things about these tyres. See you in a sec. As always, thanks to our supporting partners and subscribers for joining us on our filthy off-road adventures.
So number of sites is one of the key. So 1, 2, 3, 4, just in a single block. I think you see 3 in some of these. Most have got 2.
Yep.
It's one of the key benefits. Wet weather grip, and these sites are all full depth. They run the whole way to the end of the tread, and they're 3D interlocking. So that as it rolls through the contact patch, they all lock in together and make that block form as one.
Yep.
I don't believe the Maxes have got a full depth sight or a 3D sight, but there's there's way more.
You can see they pull up short, don't they?
They don't run to the end, that's right. They might have a interlocking bridge in there, but nothing like what that's got inside.
Yep.
The tie
so
bars,
the advantage of that's going to be what, better and
more biting edges.
Yep.
So more sipes means more biting edges, which means better grip, particularly in the wet.
Yep.
And the interlocking part, a rigid tread block wears slower than a smaller tread block. So
yep.
having them interlock gives you the tread wear. Having them open up gives you the traction.
Okay.
Cool feature that they don't really talk about at BFG when they sort of show us the presentation, but they tie these tread blocks together. So you end up with the feature of one big tread block, but you can see there's a ramping bridge in between. So that block will actually get tighter and tighter, joined together as that tyre wears. You can see.
So once again, that's designed to increase mileage.
Correct. So they say 15% more mileage over a KO2.
Okay.
So tread wear, traction, and toughness. They're three keys that they're talking about.
No one has ever talked about lack of toughness with these tyres.
Correct.
People like Ronnie Dahl, everything like that, always says if you don't want sidewall cuts, you buy BFGs.
So new compound in the sidewall as well, taken straight from their race tyre, the KRT, I believe it's called.
Okay.
The key difference in sidewall between most, and I'm not going to just pick on the Maxes, between most and the BFG is how far down the cap actually runs to. So you can see the moulding line is almost sort of halfway down the shoulder here, or halfway down the sidewall. If you look at a Maxus or a Falcon,
is that it there?
Yeah, correct. So the tread, this part of the tread, it stops here, and this becomes sidewall, whereas all of that is functional tread and designed to be functional tread.
Wow. Yeah, it's significant. I remember, obviously, I've done a fair bit of research on these, and it's impressive how much they've stepped. Hey, what is it? How long has the old one around for?
It's been around for over 10. They've been working on this one for 5.
Yeah. So they haven't just rushed it out. They've
Correct.
waited until they had it right.
Exactly. And what's cool is they've done so that the KO3 that's been original equipment in America already, it looked completely different. So it still looked a little bit like a KO2. You could tell it had been revised, but they've obviously then gone, before they release the full product range, revised the tread pattern again to suit the rest of the world. So. And the replacement tyre market as opposed to the original equipment.
They're certainly impressive, that's for sure. I can't wait to get them out on the track. Okay, so we've pulled up at the playpen and I'm just going to air down for the first time. So we're just going to go 20 PSI. because they've got much harder case on them than what the old tyres were running. So it's going to start 20 psi and see where it goes from there. I've also got a mate of mine, Jace, is along as well. It's the first time out in his new to him Navara, and he's running some, actually ironically, some KO2s but in low profile. So I think Jace is going to go to 20s as well, but we'll go check with him in a second. So let's get these tyres down, eh? How you going, Jace?
Good, mate. Old and deaf, couldn't work out you talking to me or the camera.
And we've got the two crazies with us. Two crazies are with us. Who's eating flies, who's just been crazy. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to start off here. Obviously, this is Jace's first time out in his new, like I said, he's new to him Navara, so we're going to actually just spend some time in the playpen. So the playpen is an old quarry. So basically, old quarry with lots of different runs. So it's all designed for things like this, basically, where you can actually, you get the vehicle flexing. So it just checks, it obviously tests the amount of flex you've got in a vehicle, but also to grip and everything like that as well. You can see how deep that wombat hole is just by PJ there. But there's some really good runs. Like I said, there's some more over the back here as well. These are quite simple ones. There's not a lot of wombat into them, but they're fairly basic ones. So we'll go through and do those. And then off the back as well, just take you over here. So down here, there's some steep ups. They're just off camber a little bit, and just basically come up there, and then there's different cuts. So these are actually really easy. I've done these before. The biggest problem with them traditionally is, as PJ almost falls off, is just for the Gladiator is purely and simply ramp over. So the Navara will have it all over the Gladiator from that point of view. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Obviously, it's got the older KO2s. It's obviously an older vehicle as well, but it's going to be interesting to see how it goes compared to the new KO3s on the Gladiator. But today is just to get a bit of a feel for these new tyres, give you guys a bit of an impression, especially because I've been out here recently with the Maxxis. Trust the engine braking. Okay, so we've just spent probably about an hour and a half in the playpen. Mostly just getting Jace used to his car and understanding what he can and can't do. Also from me, understanding what his car can and can't do to make sure that we don't put him in a spot that it's not comfortable. So far with these tyres, I've been super impressed. It is quite loose in spots, even though it is mud around. A lot of it is quite loose and dry, and it's been super impressive so far. Very confidence inspiring. Even when it has picked up wheels, it's certainly gripped up nicely. And I think I've just taken a wrong turn, sorry. I'll come back to you soon. Alright, so this is the first decent steep hill. And basically we're just going up low range just to be nice and easy, just to see what these tyres are like. They've been amazing so far, but let's just see how they go on this steep loose climb, and it's a longer climb too. So I've done these not that long, done this climb not that long ago on in the Maxus, so this is going to be a really good comparison. It's a nice shaly climb. It's quite uneven, but it's it's a really good test for just actual grip of the tyre itself. It's nothing about clearing mud or anything like that. This is pure compound grip, and I've got to tell you, super impressed. The car's not even slipping. I know it is in low range, which helps, but it is, yeah, so far no slip whatsoever. Just going out wide here, just sort of on this bank a little bit, and basically, yeah, it's been good. We might have to talk to Jason. I'm not sure if Jason's going to get up here with his car. Actually, no, Jason's not going to get up here with his car. So we might have to actually tell Jace to go around this track. It's got to go, there's a big rock there. Ooh, I just missed it. Yeah, that's solid. Man, the grip is incredible. Super impressed. Super impressed. Wow, very impressed. For first impressions, super impressed. Yeah, love it, that's great. All right, I'm just gonna call Jason, make sure he doesn't come up. So I'm just gonna walk down and meet Jace. He's gonna go for a bit of a walk. Obviously he's new to this and he's new to the car, so I'm not looking at the camera, I've got to look where I'm walking. But this just gives you an idea. If you have a look at this, there is, just to show that I wasn't talking crap, you can see I've just walked a few meters and that's how much higher it is. It's very steep, but as you can see, zero wheel spin. It's just walked up everything. Wow, I'm super impressed with the grip on these so far. Obviously, yes, they're brand new, so we've got to take that into account, but super grippy. As you can see, there is absolutely no wheel spin anywhere. Look, even over here in this loose, maybe that's the slightest amount just there. But on all this rock, beautiful, it just gripped up beautifully. Even on the loose stuff on the grip, it's very good. There's Jace. So, Jace, this is the part I was worried about for you. Up here, once you get up here, the grip, you should have fairly decent grip on this rock, etc. You should be, I think you should be okay, especially if you stay right here. This is the part I was worried about. If you can stay up here, I think you'll be okay.
And then come across to the right.
Yeah, so if you can pretty much come up, see that bank as you're walking up to your right, if you stay out wide on that, come right out wide and then cross over, and you want your right wheel here, and your left wheel along there, I think you'll be right. If you go into here, I think you'll be in trouble. Just because you're an open diff and everything like that, I think you're just going to struggle. Like, in saying that, I had no lockers on, nothing. I just walked up. Yeah. So, and then basically here you want to stay wide. So see that big rock there? Whoops, camera's not picking up because I'm pointing at the ground. The rock just there, you need to make sure you stay to the left of that. So out close to that tree, and then basically you can pretty much go across to the right. The rock is super grippy. Well, I was just telling everyone at home, like the grip on those things. Look at it. Can you see a single spin mark? No. This, like it is. Well, you've just walked up just.
You can see where you came up, and this hasn't thrown the rock.
Yeah, no, I came up in the middle here.
Okay.
So I came up here.
Yeah, no, there's no spin marks.
So there you go. You can see the edge of the tyre just there, yeah, just from the imprint. So I came up basically straight up the guts here. Because I wanted it to go on loose, you know what I mean? I wanted to try the loose stuff. Yeah, because I want to see what they're like. Yeah. I know they're new, but so yeah, so definitely that's obviously, you can see that actually looks almost like a highway terrain that's gone there. Yeah. But that's very wide. I wouldn't go that wide. I would stay probably along here and just aim to keep up on that lip.
Yep. And I'll go to the left of the tree here, I won't go through that.
Yeah, you can go to the left of the tree. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it probably is easier, isn't it? I went the hard way, but actually, yeah, looking at it now, definitely from this end, you definitely want to come to, as you're coming up, you want to go to the left of the tree. Yeah. I might stay here and keep an eye on spot, yeah? The first bit is nothing. Yeah. You'll go up that. Yeah. It was just this part here I was worried about the wombat holes, but if you can make sure you keep on top of the ruts, yeah. I think you'll be okay if you want to give it a crack. Yeah. The biggest thing is, if you start to slide, stop. Let's just basically, the biggest thing you want to do is obviously think about, you don't want to turn your wheels because you don't want to go sideways. Yep. Okay, so if you're going to slide backwards, you're better to slide backwards straight. Yep. Mate, worst case scenario, you hit the tree. But
left foot brake.
Yep, it works really well because and especially if your traction control's off.
Yeah. Well, it automatically turns off when low.
Oh, perfect. Okay, yeah. So just use that brake to help you modulate it, and especially if you get stuck somewhere, it's just that brake load and then accelerate away. So this will give you an idea of how steep this hill is. I'm gonna have to go and move my car actually if these guys are coming up. But basically, I don't know if you can see that car that just went through there. That's down the bottom of the hill. I'm about halfway up. So it's quite a big climb in a very short distance. They coming up, Jace? No. They're coming up? I'll get out of the way. Oh no, I can see they're going left. All right. I'll go and get my radio. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit nervous about this. It's his first proper off-road day. So he's pretty confident he's going to do it. He's been very good so far. Yeah, we'll see how he goes. I reckon first or second, to be honest.
I'm in low and first and moving.
Roger, yeah, I came up in second, but just first with the diesel is probably good. Let's see how he goes. Hopefully he's all good. He's taken it like a duck to water, so he's been very, very good so far. Whee! As you can see how steep and slippery it is. So he's just coming up the hill now. I'm turning around so you can see them and not me. I can hear him, but I can't see him yet. There he goes, he's just coming up. So he's coming up nice and slow. He's crawling up in first gear, low range. Say again?
Can you see me yet?
Yep, just see you now.
To the left or the right of these rocks?
Oh, hang on. Stand by, I can't see him, mate. I'm sorry, I can't see him from here. You'll have to make a decision. Or stop and I'll come down. So he's just going to our right, but his left of that tree, because it's definitely a much easier line than what I did. Once again, I'm doing this because I want to test these tyres. So.
Coming past the split now.
Yeah, hey firm, I'm just up in front of you. So make sure you go out wide to start with, and then come back onto your left. So push it out wide. Okay, start cutting in now. Nicely done, keep it going. Keep going, keep going. Keep going, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Keep it going. That's it, you're on it now. Right hand down. Right hand down. Fan-bloody-tastic, that was great. Whatever you do, if I'm in your way, just keep going, I'll get out of the way, okay? That's very nice. Go to your right. Go right, driver's side. That's it. Okay, passenger side. Okay, straight. Bit of momentum. Go, go, go. Pop, 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 pop it. Bloody brilliant, mate. Absolutely bloody brilliant. How good is that, guys, for his first time proper off-roading? That is absolutely awesome.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome, man.
Just let it creep and I just
That's it.
held it on, you know, make sure the boost didn't drop below 10, so I had the torque there all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, it was good.
Just trust in the car, eh?
Yeah.
How good is this thing?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unreal, man. You're going to be in trouble, mate. You're going to be addicted.
Something that's set up tow, not
yeah.
driving. Yeah.
Mate, but that's what they're designed for. This is where they should be. Yeah, you tow to get to cool places like this.
Yeah,
Awesome, man, great job. So this is the second steep climb. This is nowhere near as bad as the other one. It is fairly loose, but it's certainly not a problem. And just like before, super huge amount of grip, like it's just nothing. Look, as far as grip goes on loose surfaces and rocks.
Just let me know when you're clear.
Yeah, I'm clear now.
Coming up.
So that was the second climb. It's pretty basic. It's steep, but it's not that steep. And to be honest, same as before, tons and tons of grip. So as far as grip on loose gravel and rock and stuff like that, so far, A+, super impressed. Definitely at least as good, if not, I think it's actually better than what the Maxxis was. And I thought the Maxxis were very, very good. So I'm very impressed with these so far. Let's see how they go for the rest of the day. Well, this trails today have been a tale of two cities. It's basically been really dry down the bottom, and up the top it's actually been quite wet. Like, still dry, but as in there's just a lot of mud puddles, and they're ones you just can't avoid, which we try not to go through the mud puddles because we're on wrecked tracks, but there's just no way around these ones. So just take it nice and easy and go from there. But look at this view, everyone. How amazing is this view? This is one very pretty little property, actually. Unfortunately, we've just gone to go down and do the really steep descent, and sadly it's permanently closed, which is, anyone who's coming to Gordon Country, good to know. I asked this morning if every track was open and they said yes, and well, obviously no. It's a shame because it was actually a really nice descent, but I do kind of understand it because they did have a fatality on that descent. So I do understand why they have to shut it in these days where everyone sues everyone at the drop of a hat. So it's a shame, but it is what it is. Anyway, we're going to keep going. We're going to go and do the long second loop on this side of town, on this side of the main road. And depending on what time of day we finish that, whether we can shoot across and do the other stuff on what would be the northern side, I think. So we'll see how we go. Anyway, let's keep rolling.
to the mountaineer.
Okay, so this is probably the last challenge for the day. So I'm going to walk up and show you this. I've done this before with the Maxes, so I know exactly what the grip's like. It's a little bit more chopped out up the top than what it was in the past. So what it actually is it's loose down here. It's quite rough. Usually I'd go on the right. The right is probably the better way to go up. Basically this is actually rock. It's not too bad. It's actually quite grippy. It's got a loose surface on top, but it's pretty decent. But then there's big wombat holes up the top. And as you can see, it's definitely a lot more rutted than what it was last time. And you can sort of get a bit of an idea of how steep it is by the way we're having to walk up it. So there wasn't these big ruts last time I was here. So I think I'll be right clearance wise. I don't think I'll get hung up. But this should be a decent test. So they've been super impressive so far. So let's see how they go with this one. Like I say, got a little bit, there's definitely a loose surface on top. I'm not going to be surprised if it spins a little bit on this stuff, but I'm hoping that it'll be enough to pull through. The other option is this one here. It's actually, ironically, it looks crappy, but it's actually easier. It's dirt all the way up, but it does get a little bit wombatty, but I'll take you up. As you can see, basically it's a little bit wombatty down the bottom, but as it gets up here, it actually opens up quite easy. This is a much easier line.
We don't do easy.
Sorry?
We don't do easy.
Don't do easy?
We don't do easy.
How cocky's you got for one day, eh? It's awesome. All right. I might set the camera up. Let me see if I can find a spot for you. Let's get a few cameras going on this one. All right, let's go. All right, so just turn that off. Okay, so this is pretty steep, so we'll see how we go. Girls, you good? Make sure the girls are good. I'm just going to let it do its own thing. Like I said, it's fairly steep. The biggest thing is how slippery it is.
Plug in the right.
So we'll see how we go. I'm going to stay right here.
Traction.
That's 25% or degrees. So nice and easy, just walked up it. It didn't even spin the wheels. That's crazy. That is absolutely nuts. As you can see, the girls are struggling themselves. So just hit top there. Now, obviously I'm gonna stop here just to grab my camera and everything, and then I'll do the last little bit. So super easy, barely an inconvenience. I wonder if anyone gets that reference. I'm just going to go up and get out of the way, and then I'm going to go down, and Jason's going to have a crack, which will be interesting because he's open diff. Even though I didn't have lockers on, he's still got an open diff, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes. It is pretty damn steep. It'll be interesting to see how his older KO2s go. These KO3s are nuts. Oh, I'm so impressed. I'm not going to lie, I was a skeptic. I wasn't sure how good these things were going to be. Pretty impressed so far. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes, how they actually go long term. So as you can see, that's 26% just there. Just trying to get out.
Pretty much what I saw you do. I'm going to stay on that hard pack, hard right, and once I get my left-hand wheel past that drop-off, I'm going to slowly move my way over to those ruts, to the tracks.
Roger up. Let's see how you go.
Creep. If you give it too many berries, the swimmer's going to slip.
Correct. So this will be interesting because obviously, as you know, cameras flatten things out. That's a 26.
LSD there.
Say again?
Notice the lack of the LSD there.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the grip goes. Okay, if you go to your passenger now. Passenger, keep going. Keep going. You're there, keep going, just a little bit more, you're on it. Straight up on that, straight up on that. Driver slightly. That's it, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't stop, keep going, because once you stop you'll struggle getting going because you've got open diffs. How good's that? He had not been four-wheel driving before he came out today, and he tackled that like a complete champion. I think we've got a new four-wheel drive addict. I don't think we'll get him out of this car. Well, what an awesome day. I had a ball with Jace. I haven't seen Jace in how long since we've seen each other?
10 years?
8 years. So it's about 8 years, and honestly it felt like we saw each other last weekend, so it's great. It's always good to have mates like that. You can just pick up where you left off. Really, really impressed with these tyres. I know it's only the first go, but we've done, what did we work out, about 6.5 hours on the trails? So 6.5 hours on the trails, a mixture of probably easy to high intermediate, and it was way, way muddier than I thought. Have a look. You can see how muddy it is, and they've actually handled the mud exceptionally well. So super impressed. So first impressions is very, very good. And even Jace, how'd you find your KO2s, Jace?
Yeah, loved them. Loved them.
Yeah?
Yeah, couldn't fault them. They've certainly got more ability than the driver.
Mate, most tyres do, unfortunately. So, look, I've got to be honest with you, the Gladiator does, like that thing does make you look way better than you actually are. Jace is probably thinking, oh man, he's a really good wheeler, but it's not me, it's all the car.
It walked up that last climb.
Yeah.
Loose.
It's
great traction one.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, ultimately it's only as good as the tyres that are on it. So that one I genuinely thought it would spin up, at least on that one.
Well, you can do the comparison of our two runs.
Yeah.
How much
Well, I've actually got the video of the Maxxis as well.
Yeah.
So I might be able to see, I'll see if I can get it all together, but if not, I might do it as a separate video where I just do a direct comparison, because I've done a ton of work in here on the Maxxis, and now I've done today, so I might be able to do some comparisons of them to see how they actually compare.
And they
I'm super.
Really well too.
Yeah, they clear the mud very quickly. Sorry, I apologise, Jason's not mic'd up, so you may not hear him, but he's just saying how quickly they clear the mud. I mean, you just got to look at the mud guards. You just got to look at the mud guards to see how soupy it was, and look at the tread already.
We're lucky we've gone more than 10 kilometres per hour.
So. Maximum we've done is about 10 kilometres an hour. So have a look at the back. Sorry, let me just, professional cameraman. So you can see how well that's cleared. And you look at that. Look, definitely super impressed. It's been very, very good. At the moment, I'd give them an A+, but actually, ironically, coming out here, it was the first time I've driven in the wet on the road as well, and that's always been the Achilles heel with the KO2. Admittedly, it was highway.
They're slippery.
They are very slippery, the old KO2s. And that was one of the things that they wanted to work on and fix, and they've done a lot too, which you would have seen at the start of the video that Brad was talking about, but it was on the highway, so it's not a fair comparison. It's more that corners and taking off and roundabouts and stuff. So as much as I don't like the rain, I'm hoping there is some rain soon so I can give you some feedback on that as well. But that's it. That's us for today. Thanks, Jace, for coming along. Really appreciate it, and I love seeing you just getting more and more confidence. It was awesome. So
It was a ball.
It was. So remember, like and subscribe, and if you want to see Jace back, let us know in the comments. Okay, see you next time, guys. Bye.